Hello everyone. It is a really nice, beautiful day. You can see how bright the sun is and how clear the sky is behind me. It's getting a little bit windy, so I'm expecting to see those clouds kind of speed up, with their movement. It's funny, it's like 3:15 in the afternoon, and they said, I just checked the weather, they said around 5:30 it's supposed to be thunderstorms and windy. They said the most risk of severe weather would be wind. So I guess the wind picking up is a sign of it coming, but I cannot see. Does it look like it's going to rain to you? I don't think so. But I wanted to come out here. I always like to come out here if it's a nice day and do something, because I have a long list of projects I'll never get finished. The one I'm going to do today is one of those nice to have things. What this is it is a switch that you can add to your battery connection to allow you to turn it off. So if you have, especially in the case of an RV, so that'd be on, and that'd be on, and be off. In the case of an RV, if you put this, you park somewhere and you put it in storage, there are little things that will slowly drain the power out of it. You think you've got it turned off, but you never can truly have everything turned off. So the way you do it is you just open this little switch up, and then inside of here you have two contacts. You see. And then when you're done, you just put it back together. Now, so ideally, this is going to be on the hot, which would be on the positive side of the battery, or the red. Ideally, you would have two of these that are red. So it's always clear what is the positive and what is the negative. In the real world, it doesn't come that way. You usually get one of each in the real world, because 99.9% of the time, this is what you'd need, because you got a positive and a negative. So we're going to take this red one and connect it to the battery, okay? And then we're going to connect this black one to the switch. You see how big this thing is right here? Okay, obviously that is not going to fit inside of here. There's no way I can connect the two, right? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to connect a wire to that. So I'm going to use these pliers right here to disconnect what I already have. The red one I already have right here. Yeah, so let's disconnect that. Okay, so the hot is disconnected now. And then I'll take this one right here and connect it to where that was. So then I want to connect this. Well, they're actually both going to be connected to the inside. So let's do that. So here's the inside of the switch. Alright, so we take this right here and put it right on the inside of there. Alright. And we're going to turn that off. Be sure the switch is off. Now we're going to connect this one to the switch as well. I leaned over there to look at something, and what I was looking at was Rocket and his vomit noise. Like he goes like that, and I know he's getting ready to vomit. And see, his problem is he eats things he shouldn't eat. Like he'll eat let's say it's a big beetle or something like that. He'll eat it, and I already know it. Like when I see him eat it, I'm like, I know you're going to throw this up. And sure enough, he throws it up. So what I do when we're outside and I see him eat something like that, I go ahead and stay outside as long as it takes for him to throw it up, because I know he's going to throw it up. And he does. You'd think he would learn, but he gets such a thrill out of eating those things, Like, oh, I got something. Okay, so I got these two here. You see the black one I've not connected to anything yet. And then this just goes in here like this. Be sure you get those in there tight. These are sticking out too much. That's probably better. There we go. Isn't that neat? It comes with 4 screws as well for in here. Like if you want to bolt this down to some wood, which is usually a good idea. I'm not going to, because I don't need it in this particular situation. So I've got the switch set to off at this time. So now I can connect this one to this right here. See, there's no spark because the switch is set to off. I need a bolt. I don't think I have a bolt. So I think what I'm going to do to make up for it is I'm going to, I'm going to disconnect this one because I don't think this one's being used. I don't know if you can see that or not, but see, this is a splitter. I don't think this one's being used right here. See that red thing? I think that's a duplicate because I think this does the same thing. So I'm just going to take off the red one here. And I'll use that port. This will all make sense momentarily. And I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm probably just going to cut that wire and just get rid of it. See, it's a long story, but basically I had to replace a wire in the trailer and I replaced it with that one. This has been so long ago. Now this is not going to spark because I don't have the switch turned on at this time. So that can just come up here. You can also get, this comes with an Allen wrench. You can tighten it with an Allen wrench, but they're inside in a drawer somewhere. Okay, so it has all been done. So now if I flip the switch, the battery power will flow. And we're gonna go check to be sure it's on in the trailer. So it's the next day, and let me tell you what happened. So I went into the camper and tested it, and I had the switch turned off. Well, there was power on in the camper. I was like, how can this be happening? So then I came out here, I switched it again, went back in there, no change. And then I thought, well, maybe the switch itself was bad. So I swapped out the switch with a new one. Still didn't fix anything. So the whole time, the problem was that the camper was plugged in to the house current. And that's what was keeping the lights on, even though the battery disconnect had been switched off. That actually shouldn't happen. It's usually supposed to be the case that your lights run off your battery and then the camper charges the battery. That's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know what has changed, but anyway, that threw me off. But anyway, it does now work now that I unplugged the power from the house. And the one last step of this is that I don't want the switch to get wet. I think it is actually waterproof to some degree, but I don't want it to get wet. So what I've done is I just got a little Ziploc bag, put it in there, put some tape around it, and I can still change it. I don't need to take it out of the bag. And I'm just going to lay it down here. The cord is good and thick. Like, this is not going to flop around in the wind or anything like that when I'm en route. But yeah, so that was that project. It actually did work. Let me be sure I have it. Okay, I do have it on. It actually did work. It's good to be able to switch the battery off. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I leave you on a beautiful, spectacular day. Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to look back on this video probably in 3 or 4 months when it's going to be cold and dreary and all the trees are going to have lost all their foliage, and I'm going to be saying, oh God, I wish it was like that again. I know that's what's going to happen. So anyway, see you next time.